Welcome to my Maya OP8 playthrough. I am starting the first DLC here. I've done a Headhunter pack, I did an arena, I did some side quests, and there's a bomb. So I figured I'll do these in order. Maybe I'll even start with a little Godfinger action here before I switch back to the Becca. I should have enough sniper ammo to get into town here, but I'm just going to stand here for a second and admire this awesome landscape. As the first DLC, I think this is a great way to start. Borderlands 1 had 4 awesome story DLCs, and you walk into this thing, that giant ship, that Oasis, the kind of rocky outclove there, the tall buildings. It just looks really cool. I did purposely skip the first part of this so you guys didn't have to watch the intro. I'm assuming if you're a fan of my channel, you've done this a billion times already and you don't want to see it again. It's weird that those guys disappear. Ooh, slide gun. Oh, how did that not hit him? Oh, that slide gun guy lived? Oh, and apparently he's hard to hit. Alright, maybe I phase locked the wrong guy. Wow. Bad reload time. And I promise I won't run this entire DLC with the Godfinger. Who's gonna snipe the sniper? Oh, there's a bunch more guys spawning now. But this is a pretty good way to start it. You got a solid mob. You get introduced to some of the new enemy types. Where the hell did that guy come from? I love the fact that they go so genre with their DLCs. You know, we saw the robot takeover, zombie. This whole game was kind of based on some post-apocalyptic Mad Max stuff. So here we start off with pirates. I think that's really cool. Alright, there's No Beard. So this is where you see where the Godfinger does not hold its own. Once you get some health, it fails to really do what it should. So back to the Pimpernel and back up.
Yes. Now that my water is safe, let us chat in person, like people.
What's that ruckus coming from Oasis?
And where is my Becca? There's my Becca. Make sure everything's in order.
Oh, is that a fall hunter I see? I'm Captain Scarlett. Something tells me you're here for the treasure, same as I am. So, we've got 2 options. We can work together and split the treasure, or we could just try to kill one another. Or maybe both. Come find me in Wormwater, yeah?
I am Shade, and you are the coolest person I have ever seen. Please don't go. Please.
So I know a lot of people really hate Shade. I find him quite amusing. You know, as a fan of stuff like Fear and Loathing, just Hunter H. Thompson in general, I found him pretty hilarious.
Set up in Wormwood. You'll need a sandscape. Use mine. It's the least I can do for the stranger who saved the many living people of my town. Oh, you're so cool.
Although this right here, I think, is one of the worst parts of the entire game. This might be my favorite DLC of the game, but it doesn't mean I can't hate a part of it. This opening mission, you just have to run around. It takes too long to do everything. Just give us the vehicle. I don't know why we had to go collect the parts for it.
My sand skiff just randomly explodes.
They could explain shade better. Like here, I'm just sitting here as he talks.
Well, my other friends out in the flats might have some sand skiff parts for you. They are very nice and alive. Go talk to them, but be careful. If you step on the flat sands out there, the sand grubs will hear you and eat you, and then you won't be able to hang out with me.
Alright, so now he's activated that stuff. I'm gonna buy some ammo while I'm here.
Welcome to my humble shop. May it keep you safe in your travels. Pleasure doing 2 words, my friend.
Okay.
No reason.
But all this stuff here, and this is a pretty long walk. Like I like the maps in this game. I really like this Oasis map too, because there's a bunch of awesome camps to go fight in without having to travel. But that's a long walk to the vehicle, and just walking back and forth. Then these people, you can't collect their items until they're done talking, which is really kind of just tiresome. The first time it wasn't too bad because you wanted to listen to it and hear it, and it was kind of funny. But then it just, it gets old quick. This is one of those things in Borderlands 3 I hope they address, is just, you know, some of the stuff isn't bad for that normal mode first time, but when you're playing the game through so many times, it's pretty terrible.
Well, hey, how you doing? They call me Jocko the Joker. I'm a Labrador. Hey, what's the difference between a stag and a lack of water? There isn't one.
God, do you have to... Oh, I blew up that barrel. I think I can get up here doing this. Nope.
Oh, he is a cut-up. Oh, gosh, Jocko. Jocko borrowed one of my pressure regulators for one of his comedy bits the other day. Find it, and it is yours.
I could have had all this done so fast.
Hi there, Dad. I'm Jennifer. Clothes and boys in high school and gossip.
That's Jennifer. A nice girl, but very naive. I think she has a magnetic overthruster you could use for the sand skiff.
Like I said, I didn't mind this the first time, but yeah, it's just really boring and time-consuming. And then the rest of this DLC is so good, but it's just this beginning part. It's got a lot of awesome side quests too. Like I said, the side quests really bring you along to all these different little camps in this DLC. I like the antagonist of Captain Scarlett. I like Herbert. I like Shade. I think the NPCs in general they did a good job with. Once again, this map, just look at this thing. This is, how beautiful is this? It's awesome looking. Like there's the lighthouse over there you go. See, there's that bandit camp over there you can fight in. Cool if I could aggro guys.
Why, hello, person. I'm feeling very good today, and not that from thirst. How are you?
You got that camp over there.
How are you, Lionel?
Not dead of thirst. Ha ha ha.
Oh, tell me about it. How is your family?
Well, they...
That is a great story, Lionel. Friend, I believe he has an engine capacitor stashed somewhere nearby. It's yours.
I love phase lock with those sandworms because normally you slag them and swap and then they can go underground, but with phase lock it's pretty easy to phase lock Pimp dead. There we go. I was kind of missing her sweet spot there. I almost forgot to grab the capacitor. You can stand from Oasis too. You have a buddy get the cursed pirates to spawn there, and then Godfinger them all the way from Oasis, which is quite fun. Once again, just look at this. Anchor, that giant ship. Supposedly you can climb up there. I never did that, but some people told me you can. I think that's pretty sweet.
Please, attach those parts you retrieved to the sand skiff. Then you may scan it and summon one from any catch-a-ride machine.
And obviously, the loot from this DLC was great. Not only it introduced Seraph rarity to the entire franchise, Seraph's new, but Seraph crystals, raid bosses, but the Pimpernel, the Sandhawk, the Evolution, 2 raid bosses in the DLC. Whoops. I just made this quest even longer. God, what else did it add? But like the 12-pounder is a cool rocket launcher. The rapier. So I mean, you got the best sniper in the game, arguably. This in the Liuda. You got the best SMG in the game with the Sandhawk. You got the best melee weapon in the game with the rapier. You got one of the best tanking comms in the game with the Evolution.
Digiscanner into the catch-a-ride system. If you want.
You got another source to farm the Norfleet, which is cool. Hey, Rabbit. See, this is another one. You do that, and I have to go back to him so I can go back to there. It's just, kind of annoying. Definitely don't love this part of the game, but the DLC just goes up from here.
Captain Scarlett has been tracking the treasure of the sands for several years. You should sail out to meet her in your sand skiff.
Because I know I'm going to be fighting some enemies in the skiff, I might as well put on the bee. One annoying thing is in OP8, vehicle scaling was kind of terrible, and it can easily blow up. Like you see, I ran over that one thing and it took away a huge chunk of my health. So once again, this really cool looking... Man, do I grab that? No, I'll come back. I'll just do the story quest and I'll come back and do some side quests. But yeah, just this awesome looking map once again. But I judge DLCs on a couple of things. Obviously just the story mode and the side quests, just the missions alone. The NPCs, the loot, the endgame effect of, you know, raid bosses or repeatables.
Huh, what a skiff coming from Oasis. That's a... Alright, well...
See, they originally talked about this having a lot of Star Wars into it with the sand skiffs influenced by Jabba's palace and stuff, and I thought this was awesome as a huge Star Wars fan, but then there really wasn't a whole lot of Star Wars stuff in this DLC other than the skiffs, which kind of sucked. How was he so hurt already? I wasn't even shooting him. So, see, there it goes. Vehicles die so easy. Where'd he go?
Huh, killed them all. Nice.
Good news is, so do theirs.
Business.
I'm gonna take off my B now. Yeah, so, you know, kind of ranking the DLCs or whatever, you know, how you like them. Like I said, gear plays a big part into it, because gear has probably got the biggest part of replayability of the game. You know, you can obviously take it out of that DLC, and I mean, look at the Pimpernel, for example, of, you know, this gun that I absolutely love. You know, the Pimpernel adds more to the game for me than the rest of this DLC combined. So, you know, something little can be huge. And that's a big plus to this DLC, is they nailed the gear. But I like the DLC too. I love the map design, you know, walking into this skiff as kind of your hub. I thought it was a really cool thing. I've been killed by that elevator next to me a few times.
Next time you're bleeding to death, just think
Scarlett's just cool as hell. I hope she becomes playable at some point. I think that would be awesome.
Never met one of you guys before. The guns, the power, it's all very striking. If you're looking for the treasure of the sands, you've come to the right chick. But, God, I'm being rude. I haven't even introduced myself. Do that a lot. Sorry. I'm, Captain Scarlett. Nice to meet ya.
I think she just looks cool as hell. That's an awesome pirate hook there. Which you know could be some kind of cool ability of hers. Because she's got those Jacob's pistols, maybe she could be kind of a pistolier character. They seem to have those in every game. But, yeah. I mean... Alright, let's go kill Sandman. And go to another really sweet map. You know, I should have just fast traveled back, but I didn't. I don't know why I didn't. I was thinking you go to it right by this map. Silly of me. Oh well. Actually, it's probably better this way, because then I'd have to walk a ways to the skiff. Yeah, I also love the skiffs. I think they're a cool new take on the vehicles. I don't know, there's a lot about this DLC I love.
Trying out some new catchphrases. Let me know if any of these grab you. Yar. Avast matey. Yo ho ho. Hoist the mainsail. Rock the plank. Shiver me timbers.
This DLC didn't do the most for new enemies. I mean, the pirates are kind of weak reskin marauders. The anchormen are cool. Trying to think who else they have for new enemies. I guess cursed pirates are interesting. I mean, there's some stuff. You know what? I'm gonna blow up that barrel, because that is pretty stupid to be standing next to a slag barrel. So this area's got a lot of snipers, which kind of makes it interesting. It seems like it's this really kind of like meaningless, pointless fight. But if you're not careful, this fight can really kick your ass. Like that. Can I still get this off? Nice. Oh, come on, go down. There we go. But I like it. It's an awesome time to snipe.
And stay down.
As you guys know, I like my sniping. Oh, did that go right through him? Where is he?
Hold it right there.
Okay. See, yeah, the elemental weapons there. Where is he hiding? Okay, I think I've cleared them all. But yeah, it's cool because you're kind of uphill from them, but they still are elevated in these spots. So if you just kind of run forward, you go from having it at... Wow, what the hell? Okay, that elevation was screwing me up. He had a good sniper. Okay, he's definitely running all over there. But yeah, it's, with these high perches here, you know, you really change the elevation advantage, and yeah, it's just a cool little quick mobbing area, even though I kind of took it slow. But why not enjoy it? The guys come falling down from there. Just a bunch of cool little touches. More to like. And then there's a ton to like about this area. which is a lot of people say this is their
So,
favorite
there's a lot
map in the game, or at least the favorite looking map in the game. And this is absolutely a gorgeous map.
Sorry, I hacked into your Echo device.
I think the only time they beat this was the Son of Craw Headhunter DLC.
It's fun to watch you kill people.
Because that thing, like when you went underwater in that, Jesus Christ, it was beautiful. Which I couldn't really appreciate until I was on PC, or until I got my new, better PC, because my old PC couldn't really handle all that, those water effects and stuff. Even like this, like, you know, I used to be on Xbox, this didn't look this good on Xbox.
Pretty cool.
Just a beautiful map. You know, people really criticize Borderlands 1 for just being brown and dull, and they took that to heart with this DLC.
Another down.
But not only this map looks cool, like in these caves with all this, it's actually an interesting setup. In that first area, there's just those two dudes, but like when you get into these next areas, it really opens up and gets interesting.
Thirst. Otherwise, the sight of that enormous spring might fill me with a tragic rage.
The Becca Eats Crystal looks pretty good. I think this is the first time I've ran into them, because I didn't do this Caustic Cavern side quest in the rats area. I just kind of ran through it. But the Twister also works well on them, and they essentially kind of resist a lot of stuff, a lot of elemental stuff typically. And you see there how well Becca just laughs at him. Oh, and here comes the Skags. I think here comes the Skags. A lot of fossils. He just walked right into that.
That was awesome.
Okay. Now we'll have some more Skags and Chrysalisks pop up here.
And stay down.
Alright, where is he? So I was being cautious. I know rabbits come out in this area.
Another down.
There we go. Yeah, it's just, once again, just so pretty. I mean, in between the killing, you just want to look around and enjoy.
That must have hurt.
That's where, you know, where it can get a little dicey. You guys got guys shooting at you. You got Skags coming after you. Those guys are snipers too, so they can actually hit you. And that one guy's got a good gun. Nice. That was huge.
Gotcha.
Alright. And down goes that guy. Alright. So we're cruising along pretty well here.
Way back when, Sandman and I were like this. Oh, right.
Then, you know, take a sec to look back at what we just ran through.
This. That's
Once again, just admire how nice it looks.
Stumbled upon some of Captain Blade's old notes
It's a weird
about
place for a
the
respec station there.
Sandman and I found two pieces of Captain Blade's mystical
Well, I guess there is a raid boss over there, so that makes sense.
Tried to stab him in the back. Literally, the knife blade snapped, he shot me in the leg and ran. It was pretty embarrassing, but that's when I learned never betray your friends until you're sure you've got the upper hand.
Alright, and then this area, once again, you just want to stand here for a minute and admire, after I blow up that, how awesome this map looks. It's so cool.
Hold it right there.
Buccaneer. Want to get rid of him. Now, cursed pirates can spawn. Cursed pirates have limited areas where they can spawn, so you shouldn't really ever be taken by surprise by them. And this is one area. They don't always spawn where they can spawn, but they can. And right in the beginning of this, and I think there's another area in here where they can. So you want to be a little cautiously optimistic, because if you don't see a cursed pirate coming, you can get in trouble. Wow, 3 of those dudes. Look at all that. Haha. And Maya can easily deal with cursed pirates as long as you have your phase lock ready to go. And if you don't, a Quasar or 2 can make you ready. But yeah, all this stuff, the lighting effects of it. Oh, it's so good. I love those. Just sweet spotting of dudes. Just great.
No.
Dot kill. There I just made sure I got the crit on him to kind of stall him so I didn't have him blow up in my face. That's why I didn't shoot low on him. Because when they're running at you, it's hard to sweet spot. And crits stun enemies, so I wanted to make sure I crit him. And therefore I was safe. I don't really need the ammo, it's just OCD, you know, opening things up. But yeah, this green, those kind of green crevasses below, or, I don't know, that's not the right word for them. That time I just went for the sweet spot because he was so close and slagged. Even a body shot would have killed him. Oh, that was nice. Some good chain reaction there, which also took out his backpack. Now the waterfalls here, and then, you know, once again, you get to the end of it. You know, you don't always have to be in a rush with this game. Just take a minute to admire the hard artwork that they did. Like, this shit doesn't make itself, you know?
Just ignore him, he's talking crap.
So this area's cool because these guys are coming off of those ropes. There should be some badass pirates in here. Once again. I think that's no, powder monkey. Shoot the backpacks and let them blow. Who is that back there?
No.
Yeah, first shot I was a little low, and that's when I was talking about the Pimpernel sweet spots. Those guys are a little bit taller than other guys, so you have to shoot them a little higher. My first shot, I shot them towards like a regular spot for an enemy, not what I should have done. Okay. Kind of been blowing through all those with pretty easy, but enjoyable at the same time. Also, just note the music and all this stuff. It's so good. Gearbox has nailed it with the Borderlands music, especially like the DLCs and the Headhunter packs. Like, man, they should have won some awards for the Headhunter pack music. I don't know if they did or not. I think Tiny Tina's DLC won a bunch, and that had amazing music as well. I don't know if there's music video game awards, but if there is, like the Valentine's DLC, this is a cool intro too. I dig these guys. So did that kill him? Nope. I just need to go up there because I don't know how many of these guys spawn if they're infinite spawns. Oh, that's not Sandman. See there, inertia and life tap just let me kind of tank him.
Now once you find his compass, it's right to before we need to find the treasure. And the slightest idea
Where are you going? Why aren't you critting there? Looked like I was hitting him in the right spot for it. I guess I was a little off. Oh well. Got a little dicey there. Not too dangerous, but a little bit. I think there's a chest over here I should check.
Judging by what they've been saying over the radio, they think it's just some trinket. They're gonna ship it out on a caravan in the worm water. I've just got it. Oh, great.
Matriarch, Binder, Infiltrator. Anytime you get 4 blues, it's cool. And here you can go, you know, check on Scarlett, which is kind of hilarious. But yeah, just want one more look of admiration on this cool map before we head out of here. And the other thing you gotta love about this, and you're about to see this, you might not have realized it running through, but you probably do because you've played this game, is it's a circular map. Circular maps are the shit. You can kind of go through and end up where you started. Yeah. So here we go. We're going to jump down here. Not quite at the very beginning, but damn close to it. And that's just good map design. That's something that the pre-sequel was missing. It didn't have these awesome circular maps. And we're right back here in kind of the second zone of this map, which is close enough to starting at the beginning. You know, much like Southpaw. Lynchwood's actually like a figure 8, which is awesome. Actually, I could just show you on the map. So you can see, you know, you got that raid boss zone there, which is actually pretty big. But yeah, you start in and you just go in this big kind of a few circles, but yeah. So not only it's a beautiful map, but it's a well-designed map. You gotta give them credit for that. Alright, and now I will just warp back to warm water here. And I'll do the next part of the mission before I call this a video. I have no clue how long I've been going. This might be kind of a long episode here. But whatever, it's good. I do wish they'd scale vehicles a lot better, so that they aren't tissue paper, because it's annoying. This is a massive map, and if you get killed, you know, in a bad spot, you have to just run forever. Alright, so I'm going to park this. That's probably too far away. I'm going to try to group these guys together here. Oh, that's terrible. Not really worried about grenade ammo here. Why did that not chain reaction better? Maybe it did chain reaction decent. They're all close to dead. None of them died. So yeah, check these chests, which can be good. You know, all blue grenades. That's nothing to really complain about. I'm gonna check this one before I open that, because I think that spawns more loaders. Another cool camp over there. We'll be gone. 2 more blues. Not too shabby. So that's pretty good drop rates. I mean, nothing I need, of course, but you know, you gotta appreciate good drops. I like how blunt she is about it. I can just go back in my vehicle, but I'm gonna kill these guys. You know, Hyperion's evil, and they must be stopped one loader at a time. Oh, one of those guys got a bad weapon. Or a good weapon, I mean. Or is that just his eye beams? I like when you take out a loader, they become more dangerous with their eye beam. Alright. Back to Scarlett here. Turn that in, and then I'll call it an episode. And I'm not going to bother with that sandworm. I guess sandworms are another new enemy I forgot about earlier, but kind of remind me of threshers, but not as annoying as threshers. Alright, so we're cruising through this pretty good.
3 down, 1 to go. I don't know where the last
Yeah.
but
This is definitely a good place to call it.
his name is Herbert, and he lives out in the rust yards. Take that gift box over there. Hold on to that gift, and don't give it to Herbert until I tell you to. Now go meet up with him. Off with you now.
Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I can get through... it'll probably be 3 episodes for this. I like to play slow and take my time and enjoy it. I'm not going to blitz through it, so... maybe it'll be 1, no, probably 2. Anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you guys have not yet done so, please subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye.